Hi, I'm Matt with State of Flux here to talk to you about Free Guy. This is the new Fox movie by way of Disney that stars Ryan Reynolds. And it's sort of being advertised as kind of Deadpool light, which certain aspects of the film kind of play that way. But really, this film is quite different. The first thing I want to address is how this movie is significantly, monumentally better than every single preview there is out there. This movie is spectacular. In terms of just sheer enjoyment, this is easily the most fun I've had since COVID with any movie. The movie has such a fun sensibility to it, such rich sense of humor. A lot of it that sort of stems from Ryan Reynolds and his just unflappable charm in this film. Like in a lot of ways, he's kind of like the anti-Deadpool. Deadpool is just such a like loathsome character that's so fun to watch and engaging. This guy is just genuinely lovable and affable and just like so disarmingly sweet. It kind of reminded me, not unlike Elf. Elf has just a genuine sweet quality to it, in the way that Will Ferrell plays that character and how the other characters around him respond. This film very much sort of echoes that. The treatment of this character is just that he's so naive, but weirdly more mature than everybody else around him. Where it differs from Elf is that it really stretches that PG-13 pretty far. And I guess that would be my only criticism of the film, is that it's got some really crass sense of humor. Some of the jokes are pretty risque and vulgar, especially for a PG-13. There's like a splooge joke in this movie. And every time something like that happens, well, it is typically genuinely funny. It does seem like it's out of nowhere a little bit. And I feel like that was a probable Fox note, like, we cast the Deadpool guy, we should get some Deadpool risque sense of humor. And I feel like the only reason they decided to really push for that angle was that it is sort of a meditation on the whole Grand Theft Auto style of video games. And if you're gonna have that PG-13 because of a couple violent actions, why not just throw in a little bit of vulgarity to go along with it? So I guess that would be my only criticism. I forgot to really discuss what this film is about. This film immerses you in a world that in the beginning you're meant to think is the real world, but then it turns out that you're in a video game, watching the video game through the eyes of a non-playable character, played by Ryan Reynolds. And upon meeting one of the like this assassin woman who's like on a quest of her own, he breaks out of the confines of his non-playable character mode and starts making original thought and acting outside of code. In short, he's becoming his own AI. And the film really kind of deconstructs the non-playable characters that you see in these games, where immense violence and terrible things are happening all around them, and these characters are just hunky-dory happy going about their day. Oh, this is normal, let's get down, there's guns being pointed at me, I need to get on the floor and do as the man says, kind of thing. Well, what if one of those background characters gained agency? And this is what is really explored. The film then shifts from being sort of like commentary-laden comedy to being a soft romance, an action movie, and a film about like attaining one's agency and what that really means. And the romantic bits in this film play insanely well. And I keep going on about how charming and great Ryan Reynolds is in this film, but he is nothing compared to Julie Comer, I believe is her name. Jodie Comer, sorry. She steals the film. She is so incredibly good and likable, and you really feel for Ryan Reynolds in falling for her character. And she is also the one that is, when the camera pulls outside of the game, you're following her as like a real person outside of the game. Because she is a playable character inside, you're just seeing like her skin or whatever in the game, which looks like her but just a little different, and she's British. It turns out the actress is actually British, and she does an exceptional American accent, because I just assumed she had a really good British accent. Turns out it's the other way around. She is fantastic. You're following her, and she's really the heart and soul and crux of this movie. Then you have Taika Waititi sort of as the video game maker who is who's all about dollars and cents, and he wants to get a sequel to this game, and he wants to capitalize on the popularity of this non-playable character who's suddenly garnering so much attention because he's becoming his own person. And the villainous qualities Taika Waititi's character plays as that sort of shifts public perception of the game and his plans for a sequel game, a rushed sequel. This film kind of works on many, many levels. It's deconstructing a lot of different things with video games and film, and on some level as well. And I'm talking about it as if it's like a super incredibly smart film. It's not so much that it's super smart or incredibly creative. We've seen films similar to this before, Stranger Than Fiction and whatnot. What makes this work is the sensibility that is infused into the film in how it works, and this character who is just so incredibly optimistic, even in the light of all the darkness that surrounds him. Is really impressive, and something that we really kind of need right now as a society. There's a couple little Easter eggs and cameos hidden throughout the film, and those are really fun. There's a moment in this that had me like absolutely bouncing and cheering in my seat, followed by a swift cameo, and I stay to the end of the film, and the last act sort of begins with this moment / cameo, and I absolutely like was squeeing in my seat. I was so excited. This movie is phenomenal. I absolutely love it. It is a 4-star film for me. My favorite movie-going experience in terms of like pure joy and entertainment comes from this since COVID started. Absolutely needs to be seen in a theater. Watch it play with an audience. This movie is going to like be dynamite with an audience. So yeah, come and check out Free Guy. It is so good. And as of now, it is exclusive to theaters. You cannot see it on Disney Plus. However, I imagine it's going there within the next 40 days because that's the way the world is going. But if you see any one movie in the theater right now, let it be this one. It is super fun. Don't be dismissive of it because the trailers weren't that great. The trailers sell you a little bit of what this movie's about, but it's so much more, and it's because of these characters. And I didn't even mention some of the other ones. This film is like loaded with just likable people, and that's kind of nice to see nowadays. Taika Waititi takes it a touch over the top, but as a villain, feel free. And he certainly didn't go as far over the top as he did when he played Hitler in his own movie Jojo Rabbit a couple of years back. He restrains himself just a little bit, but he does take it a little more over the top and heightened than anybody else in the film. So it kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. However, I don't think it's a bad performance. I think it's good, and he's good. It's always good to see Taika. 2 weeks in a row, man. Way to go. Let me know what you think of this film. I hope you enjoy it just as much as I did. I had so much fun, and I'm looking forward to going to the theater again to check this one out. Take care, and thanks for watching.